it's Christine. It is time for Scraplift Crafternoon. I'm going to apologize. I'm still fighting this, I don't know, upper respiratory / cough or whatever. So my voice is a little wonky. So let me show you. Let me if I can get this on camera. I have realized the last bits here, every time I show you guys, it's like this. Well, that's not helpful. So I need to do like this. Let me pay attention here. So we have this, it's from Wendy. This is her Instagram handle here, and I love her stuff, you guys. I think she's on the Paper Issues design team, and she does wonderful scrap lifts. This is actually a Pretty Little Studios creative team, so she's on that design team too. But she is so talented. I love her stuff, so I was excited to see this one. Now, this is actually kind of deceptively simple in a way. She's got like this, rainbow stuff on the sides with some stitching. Now, she does stitching. I don't do stitching, so I'm not going to do that. A single photo with like an embellishment cluster here, here, and here. The title's coming along here. She's got a little shelf going on, little goodies over here. That might be a stamp here. I don't know if I have any stamps. I do have some stamps too. I'll figure it out. That being said, I'm going to also use my counterfeit kit because I'm bound and determined. Now, what I'm going to do is a little different because, she had these like rays coming out here. And in my kit, I have this thing. And I think I'm going to turn it this away. So it's going to be different, okay? Because I'm not using a white background here. But then I've got this little bit here. These can be the rainbows. And I think this will be really cute. It's going to be a little different, and that's okay. That's kind of the point of a lift, right? So I think I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to use this. I'll get some white cardstock and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to do, she has Love, Love, Love. I don't know if she used a Cricut or some such. I really don't know. I don't have anything with that. But I think I'm just going to do like Fun, Fun, Fun or something with this font here. Because I don't have anything else that repeats really like that. So I'll just do something like that. I haven't figured out the rest of it. Because I do have like little, enamel dots and stickers and all the fun things for like the clusters and stuff. But that's my starting point. Let me get some white cardstock real quick. And then I'll get back on with the cutting. Okay, you guys. So I've got my braiding strip trimmed off my little, I don't know what you might call that, pointy paper, tone-on-tone pointy paper. And I'm over on the little quilted square-looking deals or squares. And I want a piece that has the colors that are kind of in the photo and stuff. So I ended up deciding not to use the first little row of colors. And I got this color. Now, this is where I went a little bit silly. I cut that off and then started to trim it down the middle. And I thought, Christine, you need to tear it anyway. So I'm going to tear it on this one side. And then we'll flip it so that, because I want the white exposed, so I'll have to flip it and then tear the other side. I shouldn't say have to flip it, but just for me, it's a little better control. Now, I will say that I think mine are a tad narrower than hers, but it's okay. It works out totally fine. I will tell you, I'm going to do something on the background here, and it's going to be, I think it's probably a little controversial. And you might look at that and go, I don't know, Christine, and that's okay. I wanted to try to do what she did with the yellow and the black. She had it on white cardstock, and then she had kind of these yellow like rays with the stitching. So I'm going to try to do, mimic that. And I think it turns out okay, but I know that some of you are going to be like, well, I don't know. It's a little hard to see, kind of. But you'll see in just a minute what I mean. I still like it. I'm not upset with it at all, but I recognize that it might not be something everybody else wants to do. So anyway, I'm going to glue my little strips down here on the outside edges with my Nuvo glue. And I went with Nuvo glue because I just felt like it'd be a little easier to shift around if I needed to instead of like an ATG. I think I pulled my ATG. Yeah, I do have my ATG. It's laying right there. I think I put, I use it on my photo because I did mount I got my photo mats on there. Did I show y'all that? I don't even know. I put I maybe missed paying attention. I put like a little yellow mat, and then I used a little rainbow mat. She kind of had a little colored rainbow mat, I think, behind her photo. And this is where I'm making that decision in just a moment. You see I've got my yellow, is that a Tombow? I think that's a Tombow. Yellow Tombow, and I got my black pen right there. But first I got to figure out about this little shelf. I thought on my sticker sheet I could use the little scallop right there because hers is a scallop, but it was just going to be too short. And really I didn't see a way to split it properly for it to really look long enough. So I'm just going to use branding strips. And this is me kind of going through all the various papers to make sure which branding strips I want to use. I have this little like blue one, and I'm going to end up pulling out the yellow one up there that has a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not really a scallop, but I even looked at this word stripes here because I thought, well, maybe I can use one of these. That could be cute, but I decided against it. So I'm going to go with this yellow, and I'm going to use a little Nuvo glue, just glue those together, and then I'll trim, trim those down just a hair. Well, I say a hair, I guess it's several inches because it's not going to go all the way across. And I'll make my shelf with that. So I don't have the scallop, but I'm going to end up coming in here with and a piece of ephemera in just a little bit. That's a little bit different again, but I kind of like it. So, okay, so I've got my shelf. This is where I'm doing the controversial thing, you guys. I've got this yellow pen. It turns it a little orange, I guess is the controversial part to me, because I've got the yellow in the little sweater piece on the sides, so the yellow shouldn't be that big a deal. But on top of this coral, of course, it kind of turns it a little bit orange. Well, I want to say a little bit orange. Maybe I'm convincing myself. It's kind of real orange in a way, but I don't dislike it. And I'm going to come back in here in just a minute. I'm kind of making sure, and mine's a little different too, because hers is kind of coming out and there's a little more straight on the outside edges, but I'm following the lines of the paper. So it kind of stays at an angle no matter what direction I'm coming, the same little angle. But now I'm going to take the pen, and I thought, okay, I'm going to make it look like a little faux stitching here. So I'm just going to kind of doodle lines and make it look a little bit like, you know, kind of like stitching, I guess, although it's doodled. So this is going to take me just a second. And then I'm going to kind of organize my photo and the shelf. I haven't glued that down yet either, to make it kind of hide the parts that didn't go, because I didn't go all the way under the photo, you guys. There wasn't any sense in that. So it's going to come in just a second after I do this, and I'm going to organize everything. I actually don't hate it, though, because I do think, because there's so many lines, it does kind of point right to the photo there. So I think that looks kind of neat. You guys let me know. Although be kind. Because I'm going to be like, oh, if everybody goes, that looks so ugly, Christine, I'm going to be like, oh, that makes me sad. That being said, I will say this. I tell people all the time, if they ask me, what do you think, about the layout, like when I'm at crops and things, even my mama, I'm like, you know what, if you like it, honey, it's your book. You do you, man, honestly. You do you. It is your book. And I just think it's fine, no matter what you do. Now, people will kind of argue that too. They'll be like, oh, don't damage, heritage photos. I agree with that. Don't damage your heritage photos. But almost anything else is just paper and glue, y'all. It's all right. Anyways, okay, so I got my shelf glued down there. I got my little photo. Now, I will put foam up underneath my photo, so I think I cut away for just a second. I kind of organized myself. I got my title now is Fun, Fun, Fun. And I do like the gray, I will say. I like the gray font on top of this coral. I think it's a nice contrast. Probably could have got away with black because I did use the black pen. And, I think it could have worked. But I do like this gray. This is funny. These little letters here, I got these, I think I got these at convention. And I went through my little, what did I call that, haul video. And somebody told me this is to be used with this mold thing, I guess to create these molds. I don't really know why you need all the letters in the gray font or whatever, but I did not explore that. I'm not really interested in a mold. I think that's probably a little above my pay grade, but it seemed like she knew exactly what it was, so I was kind of impressed. So now I'm going to kind of work my way around on these ephemeras. I pulled them all out. Now this might be the funny part, right? So this picture, I don't remember now if I told you guys what this was. I'm so sorry. But this is my family on the boat. It's on one of the swim decks on our little Christmas cruise. And so we're all in our swimsuits and on the deck. And all. This is actually the day that I was sitting with my mama and we were reading and drinking tea and all that. And I think the guys went off and did the flow rider. And so everybody was kind of doing things or whatever. But then we were on the deck here. So anyway, the point is we're on this cruise ship. And so it doesn't look very Christmassy, right? Because we're in bathing suits and lounge chairs. But I wanted to use the Christmas ephemera anyways because it is Christmas. So I thought it was kind of a fun little contrast, or like a little tongue-in-cheek almost, because I'm using all this Christmas stuff and we're clearly in bathing suits. So I will kind of mention that in the little bit of journaling that I do. Now, she does journaling directly on her white cardstock. I'm going to end up writing mine on white paper strips and gluing it down, and you'll see that at the very end too. I did find this little piece here. She had something about happy on her. It was like a little tabby and it said happy. And I found this, and it says so much happiness. So I was kind of happy. Oh, that's a little funny. I was kind of pleased to find that, I guess is my point. In the upper left, she had like I think it was a star, or like the bottom half of a star or something like that. Well, I use those little ornaments. I've got a little snow globe thing on the left-hand side. She had like circular elements, almost florals. So on the right-hand side, I did put a little poinsettia floral and some little leaves and stuff like that. And then I think it says 25th. I don't actually think that was the 25th. It might have been the 26th, actually, but it's okay. It's close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades, right? It's still Christmas time. And then I've got this little circle down here in the lower left. She had a little circly thing, and it just says festive wishes, Merry Christmas. And I think that all turned out really cute. But there's the thing that I added. She had that scallop, and I've got this thing that says Christmas time. So I think that looks kind of neat as a alternative to the scallop because I just had those branding strips there. So I really like that, actually. So I've kind of got a couple of different options for titles, but I think I might go with Christmas time. Although fun, fun, fun. Maybe I'll do fun, fun, fun Christmas time. I don't know. Now, she had, I mentioned it in the beginning, I think they were little stamped images kind of stuck in amongst like the lines and the different little things, but there was all these little silver stars in my ephemera. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pretend those are my stamped images, and I'm just going to put these all throughout my layout here. So it takes me just a second. They're hard to pick up, you guys. My fingers are thick sausages or something. I don't know. At least I feel like they kind of are. Or my fingernails get in the way, whichever. And I'm using my tweezers, and they kind of, I told you guys, they were kind of bent, so they're a little hard to pick things up. But I'm just going to kind of organize my stars all around, and then I will pick up the Nouveau glue and glue those down. I could have sprinkled some ink, but I didn't do it. I had enough going on, you guys. So there's me going in with the Nouveau glue, and then that is going to be all I do to the layout, you guys. I think this turned out kind of cute. Like I said, the only thing that I think is controversial is those lines. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist, and definitely check out Wendy. She's so talented. She's got Instagram and all that, and I do love her stuff. So thank you guys again, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.